it's rare that you get a player who you kind of can see has that physical ability of if he took more shots, he could be XYZ, but he plays within the confines of winning of what his team needs to win. Could they win with him dropping 30 a game? Probably. Would it be as pretty? Would it be as cohesive? Would he still get those perks and pats on the back of his defense getting noticed, his passing getting noticed? Because what I see is they building an image of him slowly being a true, complete player at that age, which is rare.
If he wanted to, he could shoot 20 shots a game and average 30. But it's not always about this. It's about how you can, go out and play the right way.
LeBron recently tweeted, put out a tweet saying, "Man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Shit, lightweight, hilarious." And so, me personally, I feel like that tweet basically locked and loaded the target that is floated around Bronny for a while, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like that tweet definitely bullseye locked in on Bronny's chest as he gets ready to finish up high school and then go on to college and, therefore try to transcend to the NBA. And so with a tweet like that, one, that's his son. He's supposed to feel that way. So I'm not gonna fault LeBron for feeling that way at all about his son. But I've been paying attention to, who recruits Bronny, what certain news outlets say about Bronny, because I feel like regardless of what Bronny may end up being a Hall of Fame basketball player in the NBA or, an average player in the NBA, I don't think no media outlet specifically wants to be known or for having a reporter or whatever or a headline that says Bronny is going to be a bust before it's even actually seen, right? Because there's a certain level of we ain't gonna say this though, we want to possibly have a relationship, or we want to possibly be able to interview him one day, right?
Suicide.
Exactly, right? To a degree, if you you know what I'm saying.
And LeBron gonna cut that out to where you ain't gonna be none of that
ever,
no
ever, right? And so,
no food, no water, no drink, no nothing.
No one to kick it with your skate with your nothing.
Give me my money, man. Give me my money.
Right. So, so my wife, she feels like, man, I just feel like they gonna hand it to Bronny. I don't feel like they gonna, because of who his dad is, which nepotism is real. That could be the case. We don't know. For me, I'm just paying attention bit by bit, piece by piece, how this happens. And so when I heard LeBron say that, I immediately ran to the rankings to see, did he move? Is anybody bringing him up there because of what LeBron said? Now, maybe a week or two ago, it was people had said that, hey, Bronny is now moved into the mock draft as a potential top 10 draft pick for the year 2024, basically saying, hey, he's starting to fill out in his body, and something that's really stood out is how he's really showed and improved on defense, how he's, a really tough defender. And so people are kind of putting him and saying he should be a lottery pick by the year 2024. So before LeBron made those comments by saying Bronny is definitely better than some of the cats in the league that he had been watching on League Pass. Right now, currently, ESPN Top 100 for the year 2023 rankings, Bronny is ranked 28. For Rivals, he is ranked 43. For 24/7 Sports, he is ranked 34. And again, I told you he's being projected to be a top 10 lottery pick for the year 2024 in the NBA. And on three recruits, who is probably somebody who they probably feel like you won't catch us nowhere saying anything bad about Bronny. Before LeBron's statements on three recruits, Bronny was ranked 27. After LeBron made this statement, they pulled him up to 9th in their rankings. And they moved him from a 4-star recruit to a 5-star recruit. And I was just like, so y'all okay? So y'all the ones. Y'all not gonna play no games, bro. This way, bro. um, and so I
Hey,
was,
bro, I think he's gonna be a first round pick.
and so I was reading articles. I was reading articles about Bronny, and they're basically saying, I can't remember or recall if it was specifically from On3, but the reasoning and him climbing up the ranks were to be said that Bronny's really progressing, and the kids who are ranked ahead of him to start off the year, they really just haven't progressed. And I was just like, so he's just gonna. I've never heard that for anybody. Now I've heard of a player falling, and maybe like after a big time AAU tournament in the summer, or Nike camp, Adidas camp, or whatever the case may be, when you get to see a top player against everybody else, like they'll climb up the ranks that way. But rarely do I ever see like somebody just skyrocket through the rankings like midway through the season. When Bronny has dealt with a knee injury this season. And Bronny he was just recently named a McDonald's All-American. Um, and his numbers for his senior year, he's averaging 13 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists, and almost 2 steals a game. He's 6'3" and only 180 pounds. And so for myself, uh, I feel like a lot of evaluation around Bronny. Like Bronny definitely can hoop for sure, 1,000%. But I feel like for most people, their evaluation of Bronny is like projecting. I feel like they're projecting that he's gonna fill out and be 6'8" like his daddy. They're projecting he's gonna catch a crazy growth spurt, and them genetics is gonna we're gonna look up one summer and Bronny's gonna be like, bro, how did you get 6'9" and 215? Like full of like, I feel like that's what people are projecting. And now, I mean, his daddy is LeBron James. Genetics are real, 1,000%. Because I want to say his brother Bryce may be like 6'8", 6'7", 6'6" already.
I think Bronny moved up to 6'4" in height as well.
Maybe 6'4". So yeah, so it's a lot of like, I feel like it's revolved around mostly like projecting what he is, what they anticipating him to grow out to be. And I think only time will tell as he gets ready to decide which college he wants to go to, and people kind of see like how he shakes out at college. Right now, he's I think the only offers he has on the table, schools he's looking at, is USC, Memphis, and Ohio State. Me personally, I would love to see Bronny as a point guard to go to Memphis. Head coach Penny Hardaway. You look at what Kendrick Davis is doing there right now with Memphis as a point guard. I would love to see Bronny go there. I know one of his teammates from Sierra Canyon committed and went to USC. And then Ohio State. He probably just grew up an Ohio State fan. But I mean, do y'all have any thoughts or opinions about Bronny and whether or not there may be a level of nepotism like placed into his draft stock or his overall evaluation as a player?
Yes, I believe that heaven or hell, 50-50 shot, right or wrong answer, then stand on this side or stand on that side, is Bronny going to shape up to be what everybody is waiting on for real? Is for him to be the next LeBron James. Is that going to happen? Which side are you standing on? I'm standing on the side of hell no, right? So I'm gonna just say that right now. It is not to disrespect his game. It's not to disrespect any of that, because I love seeing everything that everybody else loves seeing, the father and son thing, right? And yes, I think that he'll be a good NBA player. He has all the makings to be a good NBA player, but we want a next generational talent. I do not see that spirit in Bronny James. I'm sorry. You can't get me to, because we've seen it in LeBron by now. So because I don't see it in Bronny, I'm not mad. I get what I'm getting. I appreciate what I get from Bronny James. Getting to see LeBron James' two sons play basketball, and I just leave it at that. But I feel like other people are like, let me not say how I really feel because I don't want to be the one to get caught saying that I don't think he'll live up to his dad. But
I
it's like,
don't I don't know to a degree if people are scared to say that. I think it's more so of no kid besides LeBron James himself has been talked about this much throughout his high school tenure. So I think number one, you want to be careful of being too critical of an actual kid, a minor, somebody who can't even buy tobacco, can't, you know what I mean? It's like, I
A
think it's that angle
kid
of it.
or LeBron's kid?
But hold on, I'm getting
But
to that angle though.
Um,
Because before you even get to the whole, okay, he's LeBron James' son, at the same time, as far as the Bronny hype train, like that started when he was like, what, 14,
hey,
13,
you.
14? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, let me not be the first one to tear down a kid and then be known as the news outlet that, man, y'all really would attack like a kid that way. Man, at least wait till he gets, at least to the collegiate ranks, right? Like, but for the LeBron angle, I think it's more so, hell yeah, some nepotism involved. I'm LeBron James. If my name can't at least boost my son at least a couple ranks, am I really LeBron James? Do I really have a pull that I say I have? So I think a portion of that is true as well, but I don't want to be disrespectful to Bronny, man. I think it's rare when you see a player, and I think, like you said, the important thing is they're scouting and scaling for potential of what you could grow into be, not of what he currently is. Because what he currently is at the high school level is right, a great perimeter defender, a really good efficient shooter,
Athletic.
extremely athletic. Is going to play within the confines of winning basketball. And at this age, and living in the highlight age, it's rare that you get a player who you kind of can see has that physical ability of, if he took more shots, he could be XYZ, but he plays within the confines of winning of what his team needs to win. Could they win with him dropping 30 a game? Probably. Would it be as pretty? Would it be as cohesive? Would he still get those perks and pats on the back of his defense getting noticed, his passing getting noticed? Because what I see is they building an image of him slowly being a true, complete player at that age, which is rare. Because a lot of kids that come straight out of high school on that AAU circuit, all they know is highlight basketball, i.e., probably your boy Mikey, who played with Bronny when he was like 10, 11 years old, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think about things like that. Does Mikey get talked about for his basketball IQ, his prowess of being a full, well-rounded player, or does he just get known for his highlight dunks and his athletic finishes? So it's like,
Yeah. And he's been
it's a
victimized because they're now saying with him dropping the way he did, he ain't playing nobody because he plays, I believe, like on different club teams that play high schools or however that works. But yeah, last note that I want to make about Bronny in terms of one, I place emphasis on like it's like one, your daddy is LeBron James, and it is in my belief that in the summertime you hooping against these players in the league. That is my belief. That should be like making you better. Whatever your daddy has access to make him great, you got that times 10 compared to what all the other high school athletes or have exposure to. So I think that plays into the projection of him potentially being great and also being a lottery pick in the year 2024. Also, too, Amari Bailey was his teammate when Barney had transferred to Sierra Canyon, who was a top recruit in his class and went on to UCLA. So it's little things like that that I think about. It's like, okay, well, you got to be going up against him every day, who's a shooting guard. Like, shouldn't that also be making you better? I remember Gilbert Arenas bringing that point up. So he has all the tools around him to live up to whatever height, to build out into whatever potential. And so day by day, season by season, it would be nice to see where he ends up committing. I would like to see him at the University of Memphis. And shoot, man, we can go from there, man.